Hey y'all, Matt of Country Disc Golf here. We're at the 3rd annual Autumn Glory Open. This takes place at Mam Disc Golf Course and Central Park Disc Golf Course in Memphis, Tennessee and in Southaven, Mississippi. Our feature card features Jacob Henson, Desnoyer, Josh Coghill, Neal, and Stephen Hillerman. Alright, we're here on hole 1. It's a little par 3 short hole. There's a really big elevation difference there as you see Jacob take the forehand line. Last year he stepped up to the tee and banged it off the front rim. Trey taking the backhand route, staying wide so he doesn't risk going out of bounds. And Josh takes the same backhand line. Gets a little bit closer to that out of bounds road there on the left hand side. And this is, I think, Cole's first time being on film. Thought that disc went a little bit further ahead than it did, but he's out of bounds there. And Stephen Hillerman here, I filmed him a couple of times. A little bit short on that forehand attempt. And this is Cole's par attempt there. Just playing it a little safe. Josh making a good run there just over the basket. Those are the Prodigy T1 baskets all over this Mam disc golf course. Trey just taking the layup, not taking any chances there. Stephen with a good birdie putt. And Jacob just a little bit off there. Although he did say it had been about a month or so since he'd played some disc golf. And Jacob finishing out with his par putt. And Cole is in for the bogey. Now on hole 2, this is one of the few holes that plays across this valley here. And right where Stephen's disc lands, there's the basket. You can barely see through the tree limbs. It's pretty hard to film from a single camera perspective. Jacob just going, I think 20 or so feet left of that big tree there. Trey's cutting through there, doing some course maintenance.
Good shot. Thank you.
Josh with an amazing forehand here.
Good shot, good result.
I think he's within 10 feet of the basket. Cole coming up a little bit short down the hill there. And Jacob just a little bit off. A little rust on that putt. Some bad luck there from Stephen. A good putt from Cole. Looked like Cole and Trey were almost the same distance there. It's a packed course today during this round. 5 player cards, 90 people in the event. Have everybody just cleaning up. On to the next one.
Then you can say, all right, hurry up.
Alright, this hole, it plays a little bit uphill. As you see there, 321 feet. Standard play on this hole is a backhand hyzer. Gotta put a good bit of power on it to get up to the top of that hill there. You want to stay wide of those two guardian trees slash bushes. Cole just going a little bit too high. Gets an unfortunate roll backwards there. Steven, I think, was using a fluid enforcer here.
Holy stable. Fluid enforcer?
Yep, there you go, they confirm it.
Yeah, well.
And he has a clear putt on that side. Jacob getting a good skip there.
Yeah, I learned a little bit.
And he is long. Cole using a little forehand upshot effectively. He'll pull that out all day. And Steven just right of the basket there on his bid. Jacob was right behind that tree. He didn't have much of a putt. He joked that he missed the putt 6 foot to the right of the basket. And Trey on fire this morning with his putts. 2 birdies in a row for him.
People who played this off.
Jacob cleaning up his par. Same with Steven. And Cole will round out the pars on this hole. Alright, hole 4. This is a good pump for any player here. If you go the right route, you have to stay low under that line of trees. If you take the forehand route like Josh here, you want to flex it out.
There you go.
All right, bro. Chill out.
And that tree there in the front, it gives you a little low ceiling to go under if you try to go too wide. And Cole just not getting it up high enough. Steven mowing some grass there.
All them new discs in my bag to do that.
And I think that was a brand new disc that Jacob just threw.
Won't be throwing that one again.
He was saying he hadn't thrown a whole lot. And Steven going a little deep on his upshot there. Cole with a good quality upshot there. Same with Jacob. They're just laying them up soft. And Trey here, I think he had about 100 feet left. Taking a run at it. Ooh, nice putt from Steven there for a par. Josh there almost inside that really mowed circle of grass. Less than 15 feet. And then we have Trey and Jacob just taking their pars on this hole. And Cole will finish it up here. Alright, hole 5. Slightly downhill. The baskets, as you see here, is right behind the golf green. Nice soft landing from Josh there. And there was actually an ace on this hole. I don't know if it was the ones that started play on this hole or if it was the second group that come up to it, but there was an ace first thing in the morning. Trey with a nice soft landing. Cole caught a little limb right up high there that knocked it down. And Steven throwing low again. Got to be quick on the camera with these guys. They like to get up and throw. Get it over with. And Jacob would have had the CTP if it hadn't been for the ace there. Steven's upshot. I somehow missed Cole's upshot. I did not see him throw. And Trey in for another birdie. Waving to the gallery that was non-existent. Jay just coming a little low there. Josh, I mean. Cole in for his par. And a good birdie from, no, that was a par from Steven. A good short birdie from Jacob. And clean up from Josh. Now on the tee of hole 6. As you can see, those concrete ditches down there. All the concrete ditches on the course were out of bounds. Trey going to the right to keep away from him. Some sort of siren going off. Don't know what they were testing with that. And Jacob with a nice forehand, staying safe. Oh, a good kick off the tree there. Josh looks to take a backhand. Little hyzer flip up. Riding to the right.
Back at it again.
He gets the closest to the pin out of the group again. Cole here, forehand.
Good shot. Skip in.
I believe I misspoke earlier. This is the second time I filmed him. And Steven, another good forehand here. Fades off to the right a bit.
It is.
Steven's birdie bid. Oh, good putt from Steven. And T1s are catching decently today. And Jacob, high left chains. Needs to get back on that pro side. Trey on point again. A little bit closer was Cole, in for a birdie. Josh just pulled it into the garage there after parking. A little frustration from Jacob. Alright, hole 7. They've got to go over the hill and then it dips back down and the basket's theirs on the side of the hill. Trey with a really good drive there. Josh catching a tree there. And I think it knocked it right down. If you go too high like Cole did there, you'll just catch some branches and get knocked down. And then there's the skip play. He gets past that cart path there and does It's within putting range. And Jacob just mashes one. He's probably 50 feet to the right of the pin. Josh putting it within 15 for his par. A good bit from Cole there. And here's Steven. Getting it close with the step putt. Jacob was just a little low all morning, it seemed like. And Trey with another birdie on this front nine. His putting was on fire. There's that rust coming into play for Jacob. He's just going to finish out real quick. Josh in for a par. Cole and Steven take their pars too. Alright, hole 8. This is a really wide open shot. No trees in the way. Basket tucked down next to some trees there, as you see. In between two of them, actually. And here on Josh's drive, as soon as it gets up into the dark there, I lost it. And it goes back, goes through them tree limbs and hits the base of a tree, so he stops within like 30 feet of the basket. Cole taking a forehand at it. He ends up within 50 feet of the basket. And Steven here, he goes a little bit downhill. Jacob getting that disc turned over a bit. Trey taking no chances with the downhill putt, just lays up. Jacob does the same thing. And Steven taking a run at it, going over top.
Yeah,
Ooh, good dart from Cole Neal there. And Josh just taking an unfortunate bounce out. Par cleanups to get out of the way of Steven since he went a little bit long. Oh, he left it a little bit too low. He'll just clean up for a bogey there. Last hole of the front nine, downhill, easy to skip OB into that concrete ditch you see there. Cole just catching that one tree you have to get past. Trey too high. Even though those trees are pretty old and the branches give a good bit of room, you can still go too high very easily. And Josh putting a perfect line on there.
Yep.
And Jacob doing a re-Josh. Steven getting down the hill. Cole just laying up for try and take a par here. Trey taking a good run at it. His putting was real good, so he was trying everything. Oh, and Steven there getting an unfortunate roll out of bounds into the ditch. Here we have Jacob from about 12 feet for a birdie. And Josh is here from about 9 or 10 feet, taking his birdie. And then Trey finishing out the hole with his par. Alright, that's the front nine of the 2018 Autumn Glory Open. We'll see you on the back nine here in just a bit.